Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 2 between SKT1 John Patrol and Smart Casual in the semi-finals of the Gold Coast Tournament. My name is Coldblood, and we'll be by myself once again for this Game 2. We'll go ahead and jump straight into the champion select. We will, of course, black out the summoners so the players can't see what the other side is running. So, SKT1 John Patrol, who are on the right-hand side this game, were very dominant in the first game. They had a 2v1 initiated on them. Fizz was in the mid against Leona and Tristana, but of course they did pick up first blood in the early parts of the game, and every single lane went snowball from there. So we'll have to see if Smart Casual, who are now on the left, currently 0-1 down in this best of 3, if they have something up their sleeves for the turnaround here. So we can see that Amumu, Fizz and Vayne will be banned out by Smart Casual, adapting to the previous game where both Fizz and Amumu were nominees for the MVP. Klepto was a little upset that he didn't get that one, but he did very well. But in the end, the support and the jungle is who carries the team. Everyone knows that. So we can see Jinx, Susan, and Shen banned out by Steve the Yag's team, who is SKT1. And they're going to go with the Lee Sin and the Karma. So, Karma was played very well by Delta Dragon as support in the previous game. Had many good inner flames launched out, which secured a strong early game for her Ezreal compadre. We'll have to see if Smart Casual have an answer for it this time. Looks like Renekton and Nami will be the pickup. So both Jax and Renekton, that is interesting. We'll have to see where they go. I mean, either of them could go into the jungle, but it's suboptimal. Renekton is a lane bully and Jax is a late game carry. They both need to be at the top lane. So I'm not sure what they're deciding to do. For those who are unaware, we black out the summoners just so the players can't see what the other side decides to run until they're in the loading screen, of course. So we won't know. It'll be a mystery until the players are into the loading screen, of course. So shout out to Mendrix, who is the top laner for Tag and Friends, another of the teams in this tourney. We'll quickly go over who's in the tournament again. So the 6 teams in the semis will be Tang and Friends, SKT1 John Patrol, who are in the right on this game. We've got Team Abyss, OG Kush, YMC, MB, and then Smart Casual, who are on the left. And in danger of being knocked out, they're going to have to do something here. They've got decent disengage with the Jax Counter-Strike and the Nami Tidal Wave. And Renekton is very strong early. We're not exactly sure where he'll be heading, but they've got a decent lineup so far. I'm not sure what they are going to plan to do here. Of course, they can do 1v2s. They've shown that they're quite willing to employ that strategy, even if it doesn't work the best for them. They are innovative. We can see that Ezreal once again going to be played, so the bottom lane will be the same for SKT this time, with the Ezreal Karma has ridiculous long range poke. Malphite will be picked up as well. We can assume for now Malphite will go top and Lee Sin will be in the jungle, but of course they're interchangeable. You can even send either of them mid as well. And I really like the Malphite pickup against Jax. It is very smart. And the Draven going to be locked in here now. That is exciting. It's a bit weird though, going into picking Draven into Malphite. It's very, very brave. It looks like we might have another best of 3 later on tonight, and then do some more games on Tuesday. We'll have to see how we go, as they're deliberating on the mid lane here. Klepto very close to picking up the MVP in the previous game with his Fizz. Got the first blood at the minute-and-a-half mark, and then kind of sat under his tower for a while until he reached level 6. Got some nice churn the waters on. I didn't see him miss a single one. And shout out to Harry, who is the organizer of the tournament, so if he's saying anything in the Twitch chat, it is probably alright. There was one team banned for smurfing and one team was very suspicious. So, looks like this may actually be the quarterfinals that we're casting right now, not the semis. But then again, so we're gonna have the countdown now. Ari will be in the mid, and it will be against Cassiopeia. Now, this is actually a decent matchup for Cassiopeia because she excels against low to mid range people. She just has such ridiculous damage output that she can immediately get someone down. Oh, well, when I say immediately, I mean over like 2 to 3 seconds, she can take someone very, very low. Ari is, of course, low range. All of her abilities have a moderately low range. The charm could turn the trades around, but I would hand this one to the Cassiopeia if she manages to get a petrifying gaze on Ari as she twirls around with the Spirit Rush. It's definitely going to be a skill matchup, but it leans more towards Cassiopeia in the early levels because she is so strong against low range opponents. Okay, so we will go ahead and reveal the summoners here as the players will be getting into the load screen, and we can see it will be the Jax headed into the jungle, and actually invoked was the top laner in the previous game as Garen. Now we'll be heading into the jungle, probably plays Jax a lot being a top lane player, and Jui Chirio, who played Nocturne in the previous game, didn't do as much as he would have hoped for. We'll be taking Renekton top, and he's actually opted to go for Ignite Teleport, which gives him, he's still got the Ignite for killing. It'll give him mobility across the map, that is, not mobility in skirmishes, but more map presence. And of course, Slice and Dice means that it's not necessary to have Flash, but it can be decent to flash up and get the, I always forget what his W is called, the one that stuns him as long as it stuns them. It's interesting to opt for the teleport. You'd see more maybe Ignite Barrier coming out of mobile champions like Renekton and Fizz, but I guess he wants to have more of an impact in the other lanes. We will have, of course, Ezreal and Karma, who were the same as last game. We didn't actually get to see a decent 2v2 because we had Karma Trist in the mid against Fizz. Didn't do as well as I would have hoped, as I said before. I'm wondering if they want to send Draven Nami bot, because that is a very strong. It's hard. I don't want to say all in, but in extended trades they're going to come out on top because they've got a decent bit of CC with the Aqua Prison and the stand aside with the blessing of the waves. What is it? Empowerment, something or other. That Nami can put something on Draven, which will make his attacks do extra magic damage and slow. And then, of course, Spinning Axe, we know how hard that can be to deal with. Of course, Tidal Wave and Whirling Death are they're narrow, but they do a lot of damage and crowd control. So to finish off fleeing opponents. So it's going to be interesting if it is a 2v2. I think the Draven and Nami will come ahead in that matchup. But Ezreal Karma, very slippery, very difficult to lock down, and of course their long range damage, they can easily bully around the Draven should their poke come out and he can't really dash up to stop it. Although with the Blood Rush and Nami's passive, which gives you movement speed, he may be able to catch up. So top lane is going to be interesting. They both have teleport. Malphite has flash. Renekton has ignite. So Malphite could be in a little bit of trouble early on. He does love to stack armor though. It goes very well with his ground slam. That'll probably end up being a farm lane where Juchirio will just push it up. We talked about the mid. The jungle, Jax versus Lee Sin. It's definitely going to be a matter of who makes the move first, I think. Jax scales much harder than Lee Sin. It's going to be more difficult for him to do that scaling without the top lane farm that he does enjoy. But of course, if they can push someone out of lane, Jax murders the hell out of towers. So they've got that going for them. They can push very quickly. And whereas Lee Sin is a lot of damage early game, when he gets the Dragon's Rage, he can be very disruptive. And we'll have to see how the junglers decide to impact the game here. We will jump into the champion select here. Already we can see Blood Fury, Renekton, Gladiator Draven, which is pretty awesome when he recalls. We'll have the human Cassiopeia skin, Muay Thai Lee Sin, who runs around like a giggling schoolgirl, Marble Malphite. And it's actually interesting. I work in a catering company, and last night we were feeding this kickboxing gym, and they actually had Muay Thai under the, like, that was one of the things, the classes they offer, or not class but say session. And I was like, hey, Lee Sin. So I'm a big nerd in real life as well. Level 1 power. We of course know that SKT1 not afraid at all to invade the enemy's jungle. And between Charm and Inner Flame, they've got a decent bit of, well, yeah, poking potential and catch potential. So, smart casual, they need to not give first blood at the start this time. That will go a long way to assisting them in taking this one away. So we will go over the teams. We have Invoked on the Jax, who will be heading into the jungle. We've got Juchirio on the Renekton going up to the top. Ahmed will be the Nami. He'll be joined by Half Dead Angel on the Draven, and we've got Fezinating on the Cassiopeia. I might just quickly fix these up down here, and there we go. So representing SKT1 John Patrol, who are grouping up from the exact same bush they were last time. Of course, it is their bush this time. They're one up in the series, so all they need to do is win one more and they will advance into the semi-finals. We have Steve the Yag on the Malphite, Dolph the Dragon on Karma, Klepto on the Ari, who's going to be looking to make big plays and get himself the MVP to make up for last game. Sexy the Yag on... is it Sexy? Yeah, Sexy the Yag on Ezreal and Danny the Yag on the Riku. So we can see the defensive fan out go out from Smart Casual. They rush straight to those bushes and they've got a comprehensive view of their own jungle. Looks like SKT1 are happy just fending their own blue buff for the time being. I'm wondering if they're going to want to go for an invade. Jax is a fairly decent duelist, but not at the first couple of levels. Lee Sin packs a lot more ability damage. Counter-Strike can make it a little easier for Jax, but still, against Lee Sin, he's going to have a lot of trouble in like a level 2 to 3 fight. So I don't know if Danny the Yag's going to go for the invade. They're both fairly slow at the level 1 at clearing out. Jax is alright, and Lee Sin, like, they've both got passives that give attack speed. Was it the Tempest Cripple was picked up? So they're both even taken, you know, auto attack reducing AoE ease. Looks like Danny the Yag, he will indeed be going for the red buff steal here. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to go for it, but he will be indeed. Invoked is, thankfully for him, going to be going straight for the red. I don't know if they suspect this or if he's just going to be going for the wraiths. This is the vision for the blue team. Is he going to head to the red? Yes, thankfully for him, he will be getting to the red in time. But Danny the Yag just waiting in the bush here. Invoked has no idea. And will this be bad? Invoked not taking very much damage at all because of the counter-strike. Ahmed going to be falling lower and lower at the bot. And we're going to have to jump back and see exactly what happened here. So a bad start for Smart Casual. Will an Inner Flame come out onto Ahmed and lock him up? No, it will end up missing, but just going to be falling low and lower. The ignites will go off, and Dolph the Dragon picks up the first blood. Will Half Dragon Angel be able to turn it around? No, he is getting jumped on, blows the barrier to offset some of the damage, uses the stand aside and the flash to try and get out. Sexy the Yag having a little bit of a greedy flash forward himself to try and stop that one. Danny the Yag going to kill Invoked in his own jungle. The red buff was not even cleared out, as well as add insult to injury. Fezinating going to be jumping onto Klepto here, but will he be able to get enough dot damage? Going to flash into Klepto just to ensure that he does go down. So an alright trade there. Klepto coming off a little bit worse the wear, only getting an assist rather than a kill. But Danny the Yag quickly going to become a problem here. He had a fantastic game on the Amumu, and the first one did pick up MVP. We will jump for, backwards 15 seconds here and find out exactly what happened to Half Dead Angel. He was being much too greedy by staying out here. I think anyone could tell you that you shouldn't really be in that position, as Sexy the Yag going to throw out his gauntlet attack and get the kill there. Delph the Dragon being a good little support and passing it off to the carry. It looks like the top lane, not too much is going on. They've both got the Door and Shield. They both do have the teleport, and of course Malphite, if he just suddenly teleports away, Renekton can interrupt it very easily with the Ruthless Predator. Malphite, until he hits level 6, he's not going to be able to interrupt the teleport. He might be able to send a Seismic Shard across the map to do that as well. It's interesting for Ahmed to go for the Spell Thief's Edge early on, as that relies on harassing and auto attacking against a Karma who's like designed to win trades. It's a tough one. Invoked is gonna have a little bit of trouble because Jax's mana costs are quite significant compared to his low mana pool, and with the blue buff being taken away very early by Danny the Yag, will be difficult for him to clear the jungle in decent time. Danny the Yag going to continue to counter jungle here, going to be taking away the walls. Up at the top lane we can see the CS is bang on even. But of course Renekton is starting to fall off even now. Once he hits the Dominus, he has a bit of a power spike, and then he starts to become less and less effective, whereas Malphite is going to be able to jump straight onto Half Dead Angel. That's why I was questioning the Draven pick. He's already hard. Oh, actually in the mid lane we can see the damage going to go onto Fezzinating. Will the Ignite be enough? I actually saw that one on the mini-map while I was going up to scratch my nose. So Fezzinating not going to be going down. That will be key. He has got the amplifying tome. We can see the back pings going out by Fezzinating, saying there is a blind monk on the way. Care bot lane. Draven's going to chuck his ward in the bush there. And there is currently a 1,900 gold lead in SKT1 John Patrol's favour. Invoked is being shut down quite hard by the invasions of Danny the Yag. He's doing a great job and slowing down the Jax. At the bottom lane, Aqua Prison will end up missing, and that poke we talked about between Ezreal and Karma, very difficult for the reasonably low range Draven Nami to deal with. Where did Invoked go? He's actually going to be down at the top. The helicopter Jax will be dodged by Sexy the Yag. That was a beautifully timed arcane shift to avoid the counter-strike stun. But the Spinning Axe is going to be doing a lot of damage. Do they have the damage to take him down? Spinning Axe is going to continue going off. Ignite goes off onto Half Dead Angel. Delph the Dragon, he's being very brave, and actually he must know the limits of Karma very well. In a 1v3, he was warding them away from the Ezreal. Danny the Yag going to come in and try and turn it around. Dragon's Rage is available, and Invoke, that was not what he wanted to see, a level 5 Lee Sin to a level 3 Jax, but they may indeed make it out here. The safeguard will go off on Delph the Dragon. The snare from Karma, which is of course called Focused Resolve. It was Spirit Link before. Focused Resolve will not proc the snare there. And Danny the Yag just waiting around. Invoked going to be helicoptering on top of Lee Sin, but this may end up biting him in the behind as Danny the Yag is fairly far on the XP. Dead Angel may indeed fall as well. Double kill for Danny the Yag, and Ahmed not going to be able to do too much here at all. Delph is on the Karma in a flame, will not come out. Ahmed going to try and hide under the tower, but I don't think it will be enough. Danny the Yag, if he manages to land Sonic Wave, flash forward, and Q will pick up the rampage for Danny the Yag, having another massive impact on the jungle for Smart Casual. As you can see up at the top lane, Unstoppable Force is available. This is very dangerous for Juchirio. With Malphite's full combo, he probably will go down, but I don't think Malphite actually has the mana for it at the moment. Going to be bursting him down with the Seismic Shard, but of course Renekton with the Cull the Meek going to have the inbuilt sustain. Bottom lane not falling quite as fast as it was in the previous game, but is still going very handily in SKT1's favour. Half Dead Angel going to try and pick up as much CS as he can. Blue buff donated over to Klepto in the mid, who is starting to take a lead over Fezzinating. Going to be headed for the Haunting guys there. Invoked going to clear his own blue buff out. Poor Fezzinating not going to be seeing that one, although Invoked definitely needs that to catch up. Up the top lane, Jucurio going to take another Seismic Shard and a Ground Slam, but Steve the Ag out of mana now, and Invoked going to try and turn this one around. Dominus is available for Jucurio, as is the Ignite, so Steve the Ag will be jumped on here. The Counter-Strike was used a little bit early. Steve the Ag going to try and waddle his way out. He has been ignited, does have the flash, and uses it there. Invoke going to pop the Ghost and try and take Malphite down, but the the potion's going to be used. Will Invoke be able to get out? No, he will end up falling, but a kill and assist for just a kill. Definitely worth it in Smart Casual's circumstance, but they would have preferred just to have a clean kill. It was well done by Steve the Yag to use the... I think he had the Biscuit Mastery and used that to get a little bit of health back. Delph the Dragon going to take down Ahmed at the bottom lane once again. Bloodthirster will be the pickup for Sexy the Yag. In the mid lane, Klepto and Pheasant going back and forth. The full Cassiopeia combo is available, so if Klepto falls to about half health, he will end up falling. Are we going to see the engage here? Petrifying Gaze will go off, but Ari's back. Was turned to Cassiopeia, and some nice dodges on the poison there as the Lee Sin, Danny the Yag, going to take down Half-Dead Angel. Where was Draven? He was under his tower, so there's not much he could have done. Invoke does not yet have the Grandmaster's Might, which gives him a significant durability boost for a bit, and a permanent damage increase with the every third hit. Jukirio going to be 1v1ing Steve the Yag up here. They've both got their Giants belts up. Pheasanating going to fall low in the mid and ends up falling. Ignite will not be enough to take down Klepto. And things looking very, very bad for Smart Casual. They're already 0-1 down in this matchup, and they need to make it up right now as Jukirio going to be jumped on at the top. Can he get out? He will get Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike. Unstoppable Force will go off. Kalvamik gives him a little bit of health back. Going to be heading away from his tower. Can he get the Slice and Dice over the wall? No, Sonic Wave will end up taking him down. And things starting to look very similar to the previous game here. Well, they do have twice the kills. They had, this being the Smart Casual guys, got twice the kills of last game, but when twice of one is two, not the most impressive of stats. Invoked going to dodge a bullet there with the Sonic Wave landing on the Wolf, but he is very low on the mana. Does have Grandmaster's Might, so going to do a decent bit more damage, but Danny the Yag just going to be too far ahead at this point. Lee Sin is sitting at 400 gold at the moment. Went and got the Ancient Golem. Probably going to be going for Sightstone next to get some more mobility. Half-Dead Angel going to be jumped on here. Stand aside will be used on Sexy the Yag, but he channeled True Shot Barrage before that went off. Half-Dead Angel will end up escaping when he was caught on the other side. Flash goes out by Sexy the Yag to secure himself the Siege Minion, because why not? It's Klepto going to be... oh, he wasn't actually dancing, he was just hanging out. Glacial Shroud going to be finished up by Steve the Yag. Needlessly Large Rod by Klepto. Definitely going to be going for the Deathfire Grasp. The attack speed boots on the Ezreal. Ruby Sightstone already finished by Delph the Dragon, as the Spell Thief's Edge still on the Nami. She could not afford to upgrade that even once, as Invoked going to be pushed away down the bottom here. Would be very hard for Jax against the Karma. Jukirio going to be jumped on by Danny the Yag any second here. I can't imagine him escaping this one. He does have Dominus available. Is Unstoppable Force available? No, not quite yet. Slice and Dice will go out. The second one is not used there, and the Ward Jump and Dragon's Rage going to be used to knock Jukirio away from the tower. Will it be enough? Koldomik is used, gets slowed, and actually going to be picked up by the Ground Slam of Steve the Yag there, so another nice kill picked up. Will be about 7,000 gold in the favor of the blue or the purple team, who are SKT1. Looks like they are poised to take this series. Klepto being a little bit bold in the mid lane. Invoked will not get the jump on him. Danny the Yag is himself waiting around to see if he can help out. This Pheasanating will be backing off just a little bit here. No, it looks like nothing going to be happening for the moment. We'll keep an eye on the minimap to see if Lee Sin suddenly zooms across the lane. Nice blind Aqua Prison on Delph the Dragon there, but doesn't end up doing too much. Going to be backing out is Sexy the Yag. The tower will stay up for now, but the CS is 3 times in Sexy the Yag's favor. Going to finish up the Bloodthirster, probably head for Triforce next. Danny the Dragon, how much? Oh, sorry, no, Half-Dead Angel is at almost 800 gold, so not quite enough to pick up any substantial item. Maybe could go Berserker's Greaves for a bit more movement speed. Pheasanating, his mid tower is falling low itself, doing a decent job of last hitting under the tower there. The top towers, the blue one is at about, I'd say, 4/10 of its health. As this is online, sorry to not answer you, Ashen. This is an online tournament, it's in the Gold Coast, and it is for bronze, silver, and gold players only. As we can see, the engage is going to go off by the inner flame from Delph the Dragon. Ahmed going to have a nice little sidestep on the Sonic Wave there. Danny the Yag going to take a lot of damage. True Shot Barrage will go off, do a lot of burst to Ahmed. Danny the Yag is waiting around to see if he can pull off another snipe, but immediately Half Dead Angel will be Spirit Rushed on Charm, will force him to run back to Ari. Beautiful Aqua Prison is actually going to force Danny the Yag to blow his flash to not fall to Draven there. Klepto is out of charges on the Spirit Rush, but Ahmed definitely going to be going down here. Nothing he could do about that one. Sexy the Yag will pick that one up. Fascinating, going to try and push the mid as much as he can. The bottom tower will definitely be falling there. Top lane, Steve the Yag was sitting there slapping away at Jukirio and Invoked. I don't think no, he was not going to survive that one. The potion almost saved him, but the last tick of the burning was enough to finish that one off. So, looking at the gold, we've got 1,700 for Ari, we've got 1,100 for the Ezreal. So Ari could easily go and pick up the Deathfire Grasp, but is looking quite healthy in the health and mana stakes. It could go for an Hourglass, but I think DFG would definitely be more her forte with the changes to the Charm, giving it a bit of a DFG for Ari herself. And it would boost the damage of Karma and Malphite. Invoke's going to be jumped on here. Counter-Strike will be used to dissuade Danny the Yag from continuing. Half Dead Angel going to get some decent farm at the bottom lane here. Dragon has been warded up, and or pink warded by SKT1. Mid tower will fall. That is now 2 towers in their favor. Invoke going to be getting the engage onto Klepto. Spirit Rush not available for just a few seconds, but he did have the flash. And in the end, anyway, Danny the Yag was there to push that one out. So, Steve the Yag up at the top is going to continue clearing away the waves. How's Malphite looking? He's at 300. Did pick up the Ninja Tabby and the Glacial Shroud. So, Draven is just going to be tickling Malphite at this point. Sonic Wave will end up landing onto Fascinating there. We can see the teleport going off by Steve the Yag on the ward, who is under an enemy's tower. That Unstoppable Force had some outrageous range there. Jukirio going to be teleporting in. Counter-Strike is used a little bit too early. Ahmed going to be charmed up there. Spirit Rush will not go over the wall, but that one will, and it follows after Dynami and takes her down. Half Dead Angel going to flash under his tower, and stand aside does not land. He will make it out for now. Sonic Wave will be dodged, but this entire time Sexy the Yag and Delph the Dragon going to be spam pushing out the bottom lane there, and this definitely looks to be going in SKT1's favor to win this quarterfinal and advance into the semis. Delph the Dragon going to be tanking up the tower there. Make sure the Sexy the Yag isn't the one doing that. The shield will be used. Whirling Death does absolutely nothing thanks to a nice Inspire by Karma. Steve the Yag and a little bit out of position, but I mean, Cassiopeia is the only one who has even a smidgen of a chance of taking him down, and she'll need quite a while to accomplish that one. Red Trinket goes off by Karma, manages to miss the ward that is there, and a little sneaky just here. They're going to know that Danny the Yag and Steve the Yag are hanging around. The red buff was abandoned to continue the push down here. Half Dead Angel will get snared on. No, the snare does not go off, but takes an inner flame to the face. Klepto going to be backing off in the mid lane here, and nice Aqua Prism will land. Inner flame goes off, and there is no escape from the Sheen Bloodthirster Ezreal there. Sexy the Yag going to pick that one up. The first of the tier 2 is going to fall. Invoke and Fascinating running into the enemy team, and Delph the Dragon actually looking fairly low there. There's a ground slam used by Steve the Yag. Going to be spamming the laugh out as the push still going strong down at the bottom lane. Steve the Yag waiting around, does not have Unstoppable Force, so he's just kind of waddling around at the moment, being more of a threat than anything, maybe bluffing that the Unstoppable Force is available. Deathfire Grasp and Sork Shoes finished up by Klepto, so he will be very, very dangerous now. Going to be blowing up anyone that he sets his sight on, except perhaps the Renekton, but even then, Jukirio still doesn't have a completed item at the 18-minute mark, is sitting on 630 at the moment. I'm going to be heading back to the base of the bottom lane. Is not taking as much damage as we would have thought with 2 ranged and 2 melee there. And of course, Ezreal and Karma don't have the most auto attack range. Steve the Yag going to be jumped on there. Jukurio going to miss the slice and dice, and Invoked going to back off, not get any stuns with the counter strike. So posturing back and forth there. Seismic Shard does a lot of damage to Ahmed, as there was an Inner Flame landed as well. We'll have to see if Unstoppable Force is used. It just became available. Steve the Yag waiting for the Smart Casual guys to group up. Whirling Death going to be used to instantly clear out the minion wave. Charm will be used onto Invoke there. Jukurio going to be jumped down. Nice Unstoppable Force is used by Steve the Yag. Petrifying Gaze not going to do too much. Ahmed uses Tidal Wave to actually disrupt the purple team a huge amount. Klepto going to use the Spirit Rush to get out cleansed on Sexy. That Yag will barely enable him to get out of there, escaping the Aqua Prison. Half Dead Angel landing the spinning axes, cannot get another Blood Rush off, manages to avoid the charm. Oh, nice flash by Delph the Dragon there to pick up Ahmed on the Nami. True Shot Barrage will pick up Cassiopeia as well, so that was looking so good for the blue team, and then two of them die, and it looks like Half Dead Angel may be going down as well. Flash forward by Klepto to get the charm off. She's got to be careful. Draven's damage is pretty high, but not high enough. Klepto, can he escape? The Siege Minion going to turn around and whack her in the back, as Invoked going to be jumping onto Sexy the Yag here. Both of these heroes looking not very high in the mana stakes, but they managed to back off there. So ends up being 2 for 4, or maybe 3 for 4, still in SKT1's favor after some nice pickup kills there. Ezreal going to be picking up the Golem, is sitting on a whopping 2,700 gold, could easily go for Triforce and then perhaps a pickaxe. We'll have to see what he decides there. The not Triforce, sorry, the Phage picked up by Invoked, so he's okay looking in the health, but not a lot else. Ravenous Hydra being worked on by Danny the Yag, and actually the tier 1 for Smart Casual is still standing at the top, but not for long, as Danny the Yag and Steve the Yag are going to set their sights on it. Will end up taking that down. Jukurio has the Sunfire Cape, but it will be not enough to finish that off. Slice and Dice will not get a refresh on the charges. Invoke going to be coming in, lands a nice counter strike. Steve the Yag, can he get out? I don't think he has. Oh, he does have Unstoppable Force. Also has Flash, going to use his ultimate to try and get out. Cassiopeia going to get more and more movement speed as Steve the Yagi tries to pull a little bit of... Oh, nice charm actually from Klepto, going to pick that one up on Fascinating. That was a fantastic charm, as Steve tried to be a little sneaky with the Flash Jukes, as when the white thing appears, you assume they go over the wall, and he does end up falling by running into Ahmed, but that charm out of Klepto was absolutely beautiful. Stopped Fascinating in her tracks, as the charm will land on Ahmed, and he has no chance of escaping that one, as Jukurio, Half Dead Angel being zoned away by their own tower, as Renekton kind of says, see ya Draven, you're on your own. Oh, okay, so was that a flash out of Danny? No, he just followed the flash of Half Dead Angel, used a tad bit early there. Sonic Wave will miss on the Renekton. Down at the bottom lane, the teleport will go off by Malphite on the creep to tank up the wave. Steve the Yag is going to take a tower hit, as Whirling Death did take down the creep wave. Pings by the blue team going off on the T2 in the mid. And the pressure is relentless by SKT at this bottom tower. It is almost down. And of course, Ezreal can give attack speed to everyone with the Essence Flux. True Shot Barrage will be used there. Does have the entirety of his Trinity Force, of course. The tower ends up falling. Inhibitor is up as well, and yeah, we have shoutouts from Danny the Yag, who okay. So I was going to say someone really wants Danny the Yag to get MVP, but it's himself. Although he did do a fantastic job on the Lee Sin. I'm trying to think who else we can give MVP, as looks like this game is over. If the players are talking in the Twitch chat, we can assume that the end is coming. Will it be enough? Where is the slicing gauge going to come off? Will it be an Unstoppable Force? As actually Invoked are going to go in as soon as the inhibitor goes down. The Tidal Wave is fairly decent at splitting up the purple team, but the Unstoppable Force is ridiculous, ends up locking a lot of them up. Not a single purple member has fallen so far. Fascinating going to be caught too far forward. Half Dead Angel going to be zoned out by Steve the Yag, as Invoked going to get another charm landed onto him, and then the DFG will follow that up. Half Dead Angel cannot do anything against Steve the Yag. Barrier will not be enough. enough to hold out, and SKT1 gonna sweep this first quarterfinal in in the best of three. Will take away game 1 and 2. Ahmed gonna run forward, not do much of anything, as unfortunately he fell too far behind to get too much AP. Actually gonna fall low to the Mystic Shot as well, and the Nexus will be exploding at any point here. Jukurio going to be jumping forward, tries to stun up Delta Dragon, but even the Karma's looking fairly tanky as well. Charm's going to land, and the Nexus ends up exploding to give SKT1 the 2-0 sweep. And I'm thinking we're going to have to give Klepto the MVP on the Ahri. Some of those charms were ridiculously well done. They managed to snipe people who were advancing. Jukurio for blue MVP. Okay, so I think we'll have to give this MVP to Klepto on the Ahri. Those charms were very well done. Although Danny the Yag performed brilliantly once again. Well played by Smart Casual. They just fell behind in both games and never really got the opportunity to catch back up. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much for tuning in to this quarter final. We will be seeing SKT1 John Patrol advancing to the semi-final in about an hour and a half. An hour and 10 minutes. We will be bringing you the other quarterfinal, so stay tuned to our Facebook for details there. If you head on over to facebook.com/Gamestar, we will be able to let you know when the next series starts and when we'll finish up this tournament. We'll be bringing you more games tomorrow and potentially on Tuesday as well. So have a wonderful night if you will be leaving us. Otherwise, see you in about an hour's time. This is Cold Blood signing out.